Hey Twitch, Jack Wins here. We're playing Ark Survival Evolved again for the first time in a while. Not sure what we're gonna do tonight, but we're gonna do it, whatever it is.
Oh, if Nate shows up, potentially boss battle.
Yeah, that would be cool. Got to remember the the keystrokes. It's been a while. Why do I have a ramshackle woolly rhino on me? I wonder.
Oh, ramshackle woolly rhino?
Saddle.
Oh, wow. You must have collected it
I must have.
when you were on an adventure or something.
Well, it's in the locker now.
Ah, cool.
I think it was a saddle, not a blueprint. Let me double check. Oh, there's so many. It was a blueprint, so it shouldn't be in that one. Be in this one. All right. I guess I'll meet up the troughs.
You've already done, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Guess I won't meet up the troughs. Sorry I was a little late. I was finishing up another stream at KCD, Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, I saw that, so I wasn't sure if you were...
No, I had a busy day today, and I wanted to get some play in, and that was the only time frame I could do it, so...
That makes logical sense. We all have our busy days. Mm-hmm. It is a holiday weekend.
Yeah, it is. Easter Sunday, and my birthday Sunday.
Oh, well, double happiness and happy birthday.
Thank you. First time it's ever fallen on Easter that I can recall.
It probably did when you were younger, but it's probably like every so many years that it would take before it would rotate to being the exact day.
Yeah.
Because I know my birthday kind of falls like right in September. Mm-hmm. With it being September 3rd, it's like that particular holiday that happens, and it rotates like every 4 or so years. I will end up exactly on the holiday, and then it's like I'm having my birthday celebrated by the work.
Oh, Labor Day.
Yeah, because Labor Day will end up at just the right time sometimes.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Unicorn. Don't headbutt me, please.
Yeah, most definitely. That would be one bad headbutt. Get that one dirty. Be a very painful headbutt because that will go all the way through your skull completely.
Yep.
And this blade looks very golden for the horn. The right position, like right where I was, looking at that spot, it kind of has a golden hue to it.
Oh yeah, the lighting, the light, yeah, the way the light's hitting it.
But also, with it being a holiday weekend, it's hard to tell if Nate will be able to join us.
Right.
Because he may have more family or friend-oriented situation that may be taking place. Because I know he said right around now, but then I don't think he foresaw
Easter.
Remembrance of the holiday also happening around now, but he was like around this weekend would be the weekend where we would do our first boss battle.
Cool.
And it's understandable that he would lose track of everything because he was like right in finals, because before spring break finals, and then of course the joy of spring break and having 2 weeks off of school for spring break going into the holiday. You know, it's like, oh wow, yeah. So you're busy in the young days, thinking of parties and stuff like that.
Right, right. We got so many freaking Maywings, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's all because of that one special day.
Yeah, the whole,
Or we ended up with the triplets.
mhm. How we managed to keep them all alive, I don't know. So I turned on the Easter event when I saw that it was happening.
Cool.
Have you seen anything Eastery since like last week?
Since like last week, not really, but then I haven't ventured too far from base.
Okay.
If anything, I've only gone out on meat collection runs. Which that is a necessity. Our meat storage locker / fridge is kind of a little empty, so...
Yeah. Oh, so we need meat?
Yes, we do.
That's
That
something I
is one
can do
of
with my time.
the necessities of the current scenario.
Alright, I'll take fish meat for me. I'll take Spellbound out.
Good choice. Because I find the Mana Magars are pretty darn good.
Yeah, they are.
Meat collection duties.
1 Bronto plus chainsaw equals full meat locker.
That is true. I always keep forgetting to grab the chainsaw to do that, and I usually just have the Mana Magar do the eating, and it takes me longer. Well, at least it gives battle content.
Right.
Because that's one thing that folks like seeing is if you're not able to do the full PvP thing, if you're at least battling something, it increases the entertainment value.
I guess so.
At least to a certain extent, because at least there's potential for you and your team to get excommunicated from the world of the living. So it kind of makes people like, oh yeah, something's happening, that sort of thing.
I finally did the monk mission I was dreading.
Oh, that's cool.
In KCD. Got it done yesterday, and today I went and did something silly and did some of the end battles.
Oh, some of the in-game battles?
Yeah.
How did those fare?
So far so good. I've got to sneak into Tallenberg now, though, and save Lady Tallenberg and Sir Radzik.
Oh, that sounds like a complicated scenario. You gotta save 2 people. They could have them locked up at separate locations, making it also a little more difficult.
Yeah, they sure could.
Because heck, that'd be like trying to invade the Death Star to get Princess Leia like they did. They were really lucky in that aspect, because going on board an enemy fortress, especially one that massive, with that many military personnel on board, and somehow
there's no way they actually did it.
Yeah, because reality would have that be a very different scenario. It's pure luck, and I mean absolute pure luck, and/or the power of the Force to disguise them. But how Luke, as well as Obi-Wan, would even have the ability... Oh, I have my audio muted. Oops. Well. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I had my audio completely muted the entire time.
Oops.
But it's fixed now. But we were just discussing Star Wars and the raid, the very first raid against the Death Star, and how lucky they actually were to be able to complete that mission, because in reality, That probably would be a never do, never capable win, and no win scenario. The Kobayashi Maru of Star Wars. Somehow they managed to win it.
Right.
I have Compy after me. I have to chop Compy.
Kill Coffee.
That is a Titan Gauntlet blueprint and a grenade. I think we'll just leave that in there. I've been keeping tabs on Dragonheart. I think he's actually created a spacecraft.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we missed you last night. We were hoping you were going to come. But, yeah.
Well, my neighbors kind of got me angry, so I kind of felt it best that I hide out in the shadows.
Okay.
So I just stayed in bed all night.
Oh, wow. Were you... Sounds like you were a little depressed or something. You don't have to talk about it on stream, of course, if you don't want to.
Yeah, depressed and mad would be a good way of putting it. So I did the safe, wise thing and was just like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in bed. And yeah. I think it paid off because I feel happier today.
Well, that's good.
And it prevented me from having anger moments where the anger would have one do stupid things.
Right,
we all
say
know
something you'd regret or do something you'd regret, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it helped prevent that. I definitely did want to join, but was like, you know, I think it's best.
Well, you were missed, so there's that.
Well, many thanks on that aspect. You just have to let me know when our next visitation.
I think Monday, I think. Monday.
All right, that definitely works.
Probably Monday. For me, anyways. I think you can join Dragon anytime you like, but like I said, I'm reserving the weekends for Ark.
Which is logical, and it is probably the best thing to do. Try and get the main stuff that we're working on in here done during that time, and then during the week, our personal things, stuff with Osiris New Dawn.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of meat from one Brano, but I don't know if it's a refrigerator full.
No, not a refrigerator full, but definitely a very good amount I noticed in there. Plus I added my little portion that came from that pumpy that I chopped up. Pumpies don't have a lot of red meat, but they do have meat. If you've got one of those emergency scenarios where you're really hungry and you need an easy kill, there you go, Compy. It is kind of like a very quick bologna sandwich.
Right. Animals make some weird sounds.
Yes, they do, especially the Maywings. The Maywings have got to be some of the most theatrical poopers. Because they do that, and then they do the stompy stomp, and they're like all wobbly all over the place, and then it flops out. It's like, wow. Very theatrical sometimes, these dinos.
Oh, we got a big old shark in the pond.
Oh, we have a new shark floating around out
Yeah, he's
here.
eating it. He's attacking a turtle at the moment.
Megalodon level 40 right there.
This guy's that I'm talking about is only a level 14.
A level 14.
Yeah.
Must be just outside my view.
He's on the north side of the base in the water.
Oh, I see him over there. Oh, wait a minute. That claims to be a carbon. Oh, that's the... Oh, yeah, level 14 fighting the... Okay, I see. And the shark could possibly win.
Mm-hmm.
I think he won. I don't see no turtle in there anymore.
Hmm.
No turtle no more.
I should probably, since my map got reset, I should probably take the Maywing out and rediscover the map.
Yeah, makes logical sense. Do some flying around, get some of your...
Or
map.
maybe not the Maywing, maybe one of my dragons.
Yeah, if it's not the Maywing, one of the Manamagars or one of the Wyverns.
Mm-hmm.
Take a
That's
nice
what I meant,
flight.
Wyvern, yeah.
One of them, but the Wyvern is a dragon type. It's the differing of the two, because the common one that here in the States that we would refer to would be the four-legged European style, and the Wyvern is kind of in that grouping, but is kind of a cross between the European and Asian style dragons more so.
Okay. Man, it takes a long time to cook a stack of meat.
Yes, it does. But it's amazing how fast, but yet at the same time how slow, especially when you have a full cooker. Because it does it by the dozen.
Excuse me.
But still, when you got a stack of 40 and you're breaking that up into
12s.
dozen chunks, it still takes a while. Put these eggs away.
Trying to get the meat into the refrigerator as fresh as possible.
Makes sense. That way it'll last longer. And the other fridge upstairs is like really full of the rotten stuff. So if and when we ever need some major
Narcotics, yeah.
narcotics produced, we've got more than enough.
I bet. I saw that on one of your streams, how much rotten meat we have.
Yeah, you'd be able to grab every single
Narcoberry Plus.
narco berry and then some, and still probably have a lot of this left over. See, 1, 2, yep, 3 full rows are empty, but the rest is nothing but rotten meat.
Wow.
So rotten food is aplenty. If we could eat rotten food safely, we would definitely be set.
Yeah.
But just like IRL, the game will kill you if you have too much of that.
First comes food poisoning, first comes rotten meat, and then comes food poisoning.
Speaking of rotten meat,
Almost done. Wyvern. I haven't taken Brazier out for a real spin. Now, though, the Maywing would probably be faster, but Wyvern's more.
sometimes
There's
taking
more
a nice,
style.
yeah, sometimes taking a nice cruise
Mm.
is the preferable way. Because it's like some traveling fans out there would say, when you fly by jet, you of course get there quickly, but you bypass all of the potential sights that you could at least view as you're traveling. But if you go by train or bus, there's more potential for being able to see and interact in those sites. Although the experience, depending on the service provider for said bus or train, can definitely add or subtract the quality of the vacation experience.
Right.
Especially in the States, our bus service is not as
Neither
quality,
is our train.
and our train is kind of, well, saved by the government because Amtrak is actually a government entity now, pretty much. Because the government took it over
Yep.
and managed to keep it on the rails. But there was plenty of opportunity throughout history for private rail networks and, interstate rail networks and things like that, like Pennsylvania Rail. They used to do trains, passenger transit and stuff like that. So, it just fell on the fact that it was more cost effective and more profitable, quote unquote, to do freight as opposed to do people. So all of those companies kind of started transferring from thinking about doing people to doing freight. So now almost everything's freight.
Right.
So we've got one of the world's best freight systems, but when it comes to public transport, we're kind of like, oof.
Right.
But America is slowly trying to get things back on track. However, we have had malfunctions in some of our own design ideas. Like we had a high-speed rail system plan. However, the designs of the trains that we've been working on have all kind of been fails.
Well, the problem is that our railroad system is not set up for high speed. It's got too many intersections with roads and
Yep. Very true.
can't have high speed rail and cars interacting.
No, you cannot. That is proven by higher speed intercity transit where accidents are happening, unfortunately. Because I've seen where like the LA transit system or San Francisco transit system would have accidents in the outer city area with their commuter trains going between cities and stuff like that. That would be slightly higher speed, only because people don't realize when you're looking at a large train, it can definitely look like it's moving slowly, but it could be doing 70 kilometers an hour easily.
Right.
Which means about 125 miles per hour or something. Or no, 70 kilometers.
70 kilometers is slower. Kilometers are
Slower.
shorter than miles an hour. Miles,
Yeah,
I mean.
so
They're so they're it, 70
yeah, it could be
kilometers would
doing
be
like
less.
120 miles per hour, and you wouldn't really be able to tell until it was too late because it would be on top of you. And yeah,
I think there's some sort of national speed limit of like 60 or something for the rail.
yeah, I think a max is 70 or so. I think it's similar to like highway. So I think they do probably have a max speed typically in certain areas of up to 70 miles per hour. Which that, when you translate into kilometers per hour, is about 110, 120.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that when we were traveling the QEW up in Canada, and we were doing the speed limit up there and whatnot, which was 70 kilometers an hour. And holy crap. People drive like insane up there in Canada.
Yeah. Well, 70 kilometers, and I don't have, I'm flying, so I can't do the calculation, but it's slower in miles per hour. It would be a lower number in miles per hour. So it'd be like, let's just guess 60, 50 or 60 miles an hour.
And if I could just remember what the roadside speed limit is.
Mm. There's always Google, but like I said, I got my fingers are firmly planted on W and shift. So.
Oh, yeah. Because you got to be able to maneuver.
Mm.
Let's see. Oh, turn off the caps lock. The QEW maximum speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And in some areas, 110. And let's see, what would that translate to in miles per hour? So. What in oof? It just. Oh, yeah, okay. 62.137. So you were right. About 100 kilometers an hour is 62 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, give or take, plus or minus, you were pretty much in the ballpark.
For 100.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 100, but I was thinking 70. So,
That's
but
even
either
slower,
way,
yeah.
70 kilometers an hour would probably be like inner
40.
cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like 40, 45.
30, something like that. I'm not sure.
Something closer to a slower inner city speed.
It's been a while since I've seen a speedometer that had both markings on it.
Yeah, that's also understandable because here in the States, we're like really, really picky about simplifying things to the point where anything extra that could or should be there isn't most times.
Mm.
And then you have to kind of like just guesstimate. It's like everything must be measured in metric. in other countries, or how should I put that? Everything must be measured in the imperial system in the States, except for PC temperatures. Those are probably the
And
only
science.
thing. And what?
Science. NASA uses the
Oh, yeah,
Science
that is true.
International system, so metric. They had a bad conversion and one of their spacecraft crashed because of it.
So that's one of the reasons why one of their spacecraft crashed, because
Used a
they.
bad conversion factor. They went from metric to standard to metric again or something like that.
So
The
that
conversion factor was bad.
makes sense. So they would have to pick one and run with it.
Right. I think that's a Giga. Give me 7. Yep, a Gigasaurus level 14.
So where's the Giga located?
My current location.
Which is probably way
Um,
away from the base.
let me pull out number 7. 52 by 80. I can land if you want to teleport here. All right, it's safe to teleport if you choose to.
Okay, and at the same time, can you get a read on what the sex of it?
Oh, gender. Yeah, just a second.
Male, female.
It is female.
Well, I already have a female
Giga.
Giga.
Okay. All right.
That kind of ruined the possible additive of being able to have a breedable Giga.
Yeah.
Because with already having a female, the unfortunateness of bio design,
Mm-hmm.
the biologics of things.
Darn it, biology.
Yeah. You've thwarted me once again, evil biology. I will win someday.
Oh, lol. There's a Spino just spawned in and it fell from the sky.
Nice.
Level 40 male. In case you're interested.
Well, the lucky thing on Spinos, I already have male and female.
I think I'll go around the main island first. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the perimeter of the main island, and then I'll probably switch flyers for the rest of it because this guy's kind of slow.
Understandable.
For as big as his wings are.
Yeah, you'd think a giant like they are, because they are quite gigantic. They are not tiny creatures at all. They would probably be able to eat a full-size adult human in one gulp.
Probably.
So we can be kind of grateful that the timeline of things did not have humans and dinos crossing.
Right.
Because if we did, we probably would have been responsible for completely exterminating their existence.
That or we would have been eaten.
Yeah, we would have been extinguished by them, depending on how great of numbers they had and how difficult they would have been for the tech that we had at the time, which would have been very limited. Because back then we would have
Stone
been
Age.
Definite Stone Age. We'd be living in caves with dinos, probably. At least for the ones that we could tame.
If such a thing were possible, yes.
Yeah, if such things were possible in reality. Because it'd be nice to think that you could just knock something out and then have it wake up and be happy.
Yeah, that's not so easy in real life.
Yeah, in IRL, I think the thing would be like, and who the hell are you standing over me, and why am I so groggy? I'm going to attack you now. You know, that's exactly how they would probably respond.
Most domesticated animals were either herd or most of them are social animals to start with. Like,
Yeah, kind of almost like wolf, but for some reason, wolf just didn't fully become domesticated, unlike its other canine counterparts.
well, the canines are descended from wolves
Yeah, they're descended from wolves, but the
by
wolves, for
through
some reason,
selective breeding.
so wolves probably could be somewhat tamed because I know folks are actually taming foxes a lot,
Mm,
especially over in places where they were definitely more endangered, such as over in England for, the
right.
annual royal fox hunts and stuff like that. People were like, there's two choices here. One, we let the royals continue killing them, or two, we start going out there and we just start adopting them. Well, people
Mm,
around the world were kind of like, oh, they're so cute. So now it's like a worldwide phenomenon where people are adopting foxes.
nuts. Oh, I found another castle.
Another one that we haven't been near or in.
Yep.
Oh, neat. We shall have to check that place.
Couple of towers. Looks like something out of a fantasy thing, and I'm bringing a dragon into it. Lol.
Oh, nice. That's actually perfect. People watching your stream are in for a treat there for sure.
Oh, well, if I don't get stuck.
Oh, hopefully you don't get stuck.
Let me give you the chords. 74 by 39 and a half.
74 by 39.
And a half, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. It's a small one, but it's got a flag on on the two towers.
Oh, nice.
I bet I could find it again if I needed to.
Very light. Very, very bright light. Okay, so that would be south. 74 by 30 something, so
39 and a half.
39 and a half. Ah, I see. That's probably down on that little peninsula down
Yeah,
there.
it is.
Okay, now we got a target. Let's fly to it. About like that. This map is so huge.
Yeah, it is. It's a big map. Takes time to get anywhere.
Yes, it does. It looks like a group of wolves are going after some behemoths and winning.
Oh, wow.
I just landed for some stamina right next to a behemoth battle with a group of dire wolves. The wolves took out one behemoth and the other one's fighting a pack right now. There should definitely be more of a story narrative to this map with all of these different abandoned structures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a definite story that could be had here. Or if someone wanted to, they could come to this map and they could like literally recreate an entire RP scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like have different factions and different castles.
Right.
Create their own story if they wanted to. Have a nice role play PvE and or PvP, depending on how they would want their server set up. Or recreate the avatar, you know, earth, wind, fire.
Yep.
One warrior
Well, I've almost completed a circumference. I've almost completed a circumnavigation.
Nice. Okay, let's check the map. Okay, so somewhere, I think I actually see it. that definitely has a very old school, early castle design. And it's so overgrown, I can see how this would be easy to miss.
Right.
I wonder how safe it is to land.
I only noticed because I flew at it at the right angle.
Similar. But it would be so easy to miss this little place. It does have steps and floors, inner stonework. Looks like the place was definitely built to last, but yet something happened at some point in the history of things here that blew it apart. These trees in the way don't help matters. But definitely a small keep, probably. This probably would have been a hunting camp for a larger royal group.
Possibly.
What?
Hello, Lighthouse. I see you again.
Definitely a cool little chateau-like size castle idea. Very fantasy looking, like you said.
Yeah.
I bet in its heyday, when this was like not so overgrown, was probably a beautiful structure.
Well, I've
The
circumnavigated the island.
Nice.
Via Wyvern.
Go with the theme at the time I took my wyvern down to check out that little castle. Took one of my mini
Oh,
wyverns.
did you?
Yep, I grabbed Ash. Ash catch 'em, gotta burn 'em all.
If you come back with meat, there's some raw meat in the cooker, but not enough to waste the gas on.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put it on my Maywing that I'm going to take out.
That works. Something for the Maywing to eat while you fly around. Or I should say glide around.
Who wants to go for an adventure? I think Judas does because he's got the most stamina.
Makes sense.
Okay, now I got some good elevation. This would be a good place to take off.
Be right back. Must
All right.
use the tea. Dive back in. Hello, Feral the Wolf. Thank you for stopping in the chat room there. Lighthouse off to the left. Blue obelisk to the right. There's a T-Rex head in the base.
Yes, there is.
Yep.
Oh yeah, mounted under the ramp, isn't it?
Actually, it's what's her face, or his face, Lex.
Oh, that kind of T-Rex head.
Yep. He's looking at me as I was headed over to the cooker
Mm.
to cook a super small amount of meat. But I killed an oviraptor with my ash.
Mm.
I was like, it's an oviraptor. Well, that's its fault for being too peaceful. Thou shalt not be too peaceful. Only peaceful enough, but not too peaceful. Now that is OP as hell.
What's that?
I just cooked a Bronto in like seconds.
Lol.
Oh, this one's a little tougher. But still cooking pretty darn quickly here. Two Brontos, no waiting. Here's another one. Another two. See if I'll anchor the other one by going after this one. The texture of the ground is preventing target lock.
Mm.
There we go. Wyverns are awesome.
Yeah, they are. Oh my. What are they called? The Spellbound is one of them.
Manamagars.
Manamagars, yeah. Manamagar in the area where I'm at.
Yeah, they can be quite hellacious if not prepared to deal with them. Manamagars are definitely one of the OP type creatures in the game as well. They have a very fun, interactive kind of travel system that they're designed with.
Mm-hmm.
With the way they do that bounce and
Big
very
jump
fast
and yeah.
forward flight. A lot of Brontos out today. So many that it would definitely fill both fridges easily if I collected all of those Brontos. Today's actually a lighter day. A lot of times there's a lot of carnivores up there. Raptors, T-Rexes. And that type that causes bleed.
Carnotaurus.
Yes, exactly. I hate those things. Whenever I see them, if I'm on the right kind of mount, I like literally,
Murderize them.
yeah, I murderize them. And coffee is not going to prevent murderization of Carnotaur. So I noticed that, uniquely enough, years back, it was a Monday, uniquely enough for today's date. It was a Monday, and the thing that I shared on Facebook years back was a picture of a coffee mug that says, "Coffee makes me less murdery."
Lol. Well, I've totally unlocked the main islands map in the time it took to circumnavigate it.
Excellent. Making great progress on getting the map
Yep.
back up again. And at least that's the only thing that really ends up being lost when you have certain scenarios happen.
Yeah. Like having to
Because
reinstall Windows
yeah,
unexpectedly.
which stuff like that does happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Certain things happen that just kind of like force you to have to do it. Kind of like I
My
finally
system
broke
was
down.
corrupt, so I had no option but to do that.
Oh, yeah, if it ends up getting corrupted somehow, then yeah, the only way to get rid of those bad files with Windows, because they've got security lockouts and things on certain things. It means if one of those is one of the files that got corrupted, yeah, you're kind of have
Screwed.
no choice at all but to do a complete reinstall.
Yeah.
Like back up what data you know you can and
Well, I keep
go
all my
from there.
personal data on secondary drives.
Wise. And or within the Microsoft Windows Cloud Network drive.
I don't like cloud stuff. So I like keeping my stuff private, so
I try to
personally.
keep myself private too, but I kind of at least allow OneDrive, and it's like the only cloud thing other than gaming type stuff, but it's like very minor stuff. It's just Windows related orientate and things
Oh,
that are in there. You know, photos and Windows settings is pretty much all
sure.
I save on OneDrive. And most of my photos are just like memes, other
Oh,
things that I like, you know, like if I like a pair of shoes or something like that, or if I like a computer build or something like that, I'll like take a screenshot of it kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
So it's not like my photos are the grand thing for a hacker to want to look at anyway,
Right.
unless they like art and other things. You know, I should actually get into porn, but
I wasn't expecting that.
either was I. It's just like, you know, maybe I should spice up my photo. What I was thinking.
Mm,
But, you know, I'm not really the type that actually gets into that sort of stuff because I
yeah.
feel that it's demeaning to both sides, not just the women, but also the men.
Oh,
And I figured that's something that's more personal between you and a future significant other to explore and enjoy. So, you know,
mm,
that's the porn that I prefer is the individual that I would care for more about being in front of me that I can take snapshots of the memory. And that's
sure.
exactly how I would do it anyway. I would do like memory snapshots within my own brain.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I wouldn't, unless of course they wanted to do one of those unique little personal sessions that, you know, we wouldn't even have anything off of anything local anyway, because that would definitely be kept local, period.
Yeah.
That would never go anywhere else other than local. Is the best way that I could put that sort of thing. Because that's
Sure.
definitely private and intimate between the two individuals.
Hmm.
And that's how it should stay.
When I back up my files to like a cloud service, if I do that, mm, in the past, what I've done is I've bundled them up into an encrypted zip file.
Logical, makes sense. That way, if anyone does go after it, they've got to have a password or whatnot or to
Yep.
access it. And
It's
by the time you're
more
done,
work than it's worth.
by the time you're done doing whatever you're doing, you're probably already re-downloading it and removing it from that cloud service that you've got it stored in while you're doing whatever restore you need to do.
Right.
Because I know that's what I would be doing. In fact, that's exactly how I do it.
There's a saying
If
that
I
if
get sites
data doesn't exist until it exists 3 times.
data doesn't exist until it exists 3 times.
Yeah, or it's not secure until it exists 3 times or something like that. I think I'm coming back to main base. Let's see, inventory, personal teleporter, equip, push button, alpha.
Depending on where you have it in your key slots. I know mine's in slot 1.
Oh, I don't keep my personal teleporter in a slot. I keep it just in the inventory.
Uh, and then you have to choose a slot in order to use it.
No, you can right click it and equip it without a
Yeah.
slot.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know
I
that.
usually put mine on a slot. And anime pictures, because I like anime.
Fair enough. Alright, it's foggy.
Oh, we're having a fog moment?
Yep.
Oh, yes, we are having a fog moment. You can tell it's a real super fog moment when it's foggy inside the base building.
Right.
Did I pet that one on the way up?
Well, I've exposed enough of the map for tonight, I think.
That's definitely good. If you're happy with the progress, that's all that really matters.
I got the desert and the main island unlocked. I don't have the... And the southern island. There is something I want to show you, though. I'll fly to it and you can teleport. It looks pretty cool. I want to see it myself. It looks like a Roman structure.
Oh, I think that might be that Roman bathhouse like thing, as Nate calls it. Roman Greek kind of like looking thing. It is a fun spot to go to, so once you get there, I'll definitely head there and take a look.
I didn't know if you'd been there or not. I hadn't been, so...
Well, it's hard to tell. There are differing spots and things, so I'll still head over there anyway to take a look.
Right.
Just to verify and make sure, because who knows? This is a huge map.
Yeah,
and it's so easy to miss stuff and not see things in certain areas unless, like what happened today, where you just luckily flew over that one spot, found that tiny pencil. Wyverns are beautiful dragon types for sure. They have more of that fantasy, especially the romance fantasy, the romantic fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see a wyvern being more of the dragon type that the hero would fly in on in order to save the damsel in distress from the tower. Evil emperor must be thwarted. But just let me know once you are at the location.
I'm on my way. It's a few squares away, so...
And I'm working on cooking that Bronto meat that
I put some of it in the fridge for you already.
Ah, thank you. How full are we? Oh, the fridge is definitely much better. With this little grouping, it'll help solidify that and ensure that we've got food for all of our needs.
Where'd it go? There it is. Found it. Hold on, let me get out of the air. Okay, go, you can teleport to me now if you'd like.
Okay, give me a quick minute to finish this meat cooking bit. Have a few stacks to go through.
Okay.
Not too many, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks. That should only take a quick minute. That way I'm not leaving the cooker on and wasting gas while away.
Right. Warn me before you teleport so I can make sure and be on the ground.
Oh, okay. 3 stacks. 2 stacks. Well, the 2 stack happened pretty darn quick. Because it was 3 and then suddenly, beep, 2.
Yep.
It literally is like one of those McDonald's industrial grills where they cook like 24 to 40 burgers all at one time. And when you're the short order chef running that grill, you get pretty damn fast at cooking multiple hamburgers, because I've seen video of professional McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's style workers that work those big grills like that. And they'll have like an entire table all arranged with all their buns and everything that they need. They're like, and then everything, and it's holy cow how quickly they managed to get that done.
Right.
And to have the orders done correct. That's the other unique thing too. Okay. For safety, going to put my ash in this device here. Grab that off ash. And ready to teleport if you are in an available landed scenario.
Killing itchies.
Ah.
Second.
Let's see. Okay. Yep.
Okay, you should be safe now.
Teleporting.
Hello.
Hello. Very nice. This definitely has a Grecian feel to it. Is there a large hole anywhere nearby where we can like imitate? This is Sparta.
I don't know. Oh.
Because this definitely has that Greek Roman feeling to it. Most definitely. Oh, there's battle going on somewhere.
Yeah, itchies.
Oh, itchies again. Oh, more itchies. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. There's a lot of itchies around here. And it looks like there were other buildings here, given this section here that's kind of crumbled and has a building or whatnot going this way.
There's a circular structure over here.
Yep, the fountain like
Not the
section.
fountain.
Not the fountain?
An itchy egg.
Itchy egg.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is it fertilized? Oh, there
I
is.
don't know. Let me check.
Oh, hey, circular.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Up here, where yep, you see
Oh,
it.
kind of like a gazebo almost. A temple-like thing.
I am Sparta.
It just, instead of going down, it goes up.
Yeah.
The bottom was up. I like when he's showing that one guy and he's like all acting all friendly like, and he's like, is this bottomless? He's like, well, you tell me. And he pushes him.
Oh, yeah. The 300 was kind of a dumb movie, in my opinion, but it's just my opinion, because they broke ranks, and they would never have held the paths if they had broken ranks.
Yeah.
That's the only part that bugged me, was the lack of authentic combat. The rest of it was entertaining.
Yeah, the story section, but where they like break ranks in a military organization like that, especially one as well trained as they were, they would not have broken ranks whatsoever. Nothing would have gotten through their line unless they wanted it to.
That's right. Alright, well, I've looked around this thing. I don't see anything more interesting for me here, so I'm going to head back. Was it the one
Yep.
you thought it was?
Yes, it is the one that I thought it was, but it's always fun coming back to it because this is a nice area. I like this area. It'd be interesting to see all this stuff as it would have been if it was not in the state of ruins, because wow, the grandness of some of these structures would be awe-inspiring. And the fact that this was done at a time when there were no automatic systems, no powered industrial cranes and things like that. It was like people and animals
Uh-oh.
hoisting these things into position.
I got my Maywing stuck good.
Ooh, that sucks for sure.
Let's see. Let's move Quark. Then maybe we can get Judas unstuck.
Yep, that does happen sometimes. Gets stuck behind or next to one of the other teams, and
Got stuck on top of him.
got stuck on top of them. Ooh,
Yep.
that's a definite rare scenario because normally they just slide right off to one side. But something
Well, we
else
got stuck between the wall and on top of him, so yeah.
I'd see. So yeah, just moving Quark would probably free them up.
Yep.
Alpha base. Well, I could definitely see this map being probably one of Ark's best RP maps for folks that like RP.
Right.
If they've got a server administrator that's willing to go through the extent to help maintain the RP structure, because it becomes not only a thing that you have to have administrative people police, but then you yourself also have to police yourself. Because if you're following like an RP scenario, you can't do certain things, so to speak. You know, if you're following like the rules of a true RP, where it'd be like, okay, dragons are the only thing we fly nothing else. And if you're caught flying something else, you know, what penalties would you put against them? You know, so many days in the brig, or some prison cell someplace, or something to that effect. Or do you just make sure that those folks don't have those teams available on the map at all?
Yeah, it's possible. Yep.
An administrator would be able to control that sort of thing.
Yep. So I thought I enabled Easter. Let me go to the G portal and see.
Yeah, I know on the main screen of the game it's enabled, but I don't know for the server.
Yeah, I thought I turned it on, so I'm checking the settings. Yep, active event Easter. It's on and I saved it and stuff, so it should be active. Maybe the egg we found was an Easter egg.
Possibly. Very possible. Oh, Earl Fridge. That's the excellent eggs and stuff. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the spiel is for Easter. If it's kind of like the love event, or it was more fish-based, but it had its side effects where, you know, like mating and whatnot was faster. more effective and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Don't know.
But when it comes to the Easter event, I'm not sure what the active effect is that we should look for. Because I know the good holidays, the really good holidays, the easier holidays, of
They
course,
finds you. Yeah.
yeah, the stuff finds us, where it's like Halloween and Christmas. You know, the stuff finds us, or we manage to find it because it like flies over us.
Right.
And then, of course, there's the love event for Valentine's Day, which that was a little bit more complex in its dealings as far as gaining some of the extras, of course, having to do the fishing.
Thanksgiving was kind of brutal.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was it. If you're not an Alpha tribe, you're not gonna enjoy that experience. Holy crap, the power of those freaking turkeys.
Right.
And the fact that you go through a battle scenario and you have to kill so many of them in order to acquire the ultimate thing, and then the ultimate thing that you get only lasts for so long,
Right.
and then you have to wash, rinse, and repeat. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh my god. So it's like going through and doing that multiple times. You definitely have to have a group that's willing to go through and, create the ultimate battle turkey situation. So that one's definitely designed more for the larger alpha tribes. I would consider us kind of alpha-like because we've got a lot of knowledge, but we are nowhere alpha in the sense of the proper PvP alpha, because if we had to PvP, I
I
think we'd
wouldn't
get
want
pulled
to.
over. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we'd get run over like real fast. Our base would be in ruins.
Yeah, because we're not. Uh,
We
well,
also don't have defenses set up that would be
yeah.
necessary for it too.
Oh, thunder and lightning storm.
Oh, yep, I see it building the blue sky vision. No more blue sky. Lightning and thunder. That's why I also kind of like the fact that I like heavy metal, because, thunder roll.
Mm-hmm.
Black Sabbath, and Chaos, Crocus. There was so many different bands throughout history. Of course, Ozzy himself, and then of course Dio, who is also interconnected with that little group of Black Sabbath
Mm-hmm.
lead conductors, singers, players. Because of course Ozzy was in there as lead for a time, and then Ronnie James Dio stepped in, had his time at the helm of Black Sabbath. And there's always those heavy metal debates over which was the best Black Sabbath. Was it the
Yeah.
Ozzy era or was it the Dio era? I kind of 50-50, because Dio's got some good music he did with them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also unique how they both kind of went to Black Sabbath, did the Black Sabbath thing, and both kind of still stuck with doing the solo thing. Intense fog going on with the thunderstorm too. Kind of looks like Ohio a few days ago. Because
We actually had a mix of snow and rain the other day. Couldn't believe it.
We went from like the 40s to the 70s, and we had thunder and intense fog.
Yeah, you would get that with that kind of change in pressure.
Yeah. And it literally looked and sounded like this.
Man, I'm tired. Didn't sleep well last night. Got about 3 hours.
Ouch. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can relate and understand that. Yeah.
Got to sleep sometime after 1 and woke up at like 5 or 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah. So only 3 to 4 hours of sleep.
Yep.
My honest opinion is most folks, especially like myself, I can go 6 to 8 hours sleep and then I can do an entire day without any problem. But at least a minimum of 6. 4, I'd probably be like you are right now. Kind of like able to do it, but groggy and like
Yeah.
not liking the groggy part because you want to be awake, but unfortunately, the groggy kind of says, hi, how are you?
Well, I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm tired.
Oh, right. It's understandable. Like you said, you only had 3 to 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually go to sleep. I got my son tomorrow, so it's gonna be a busy day.
Oh, yeah.
And birthday party and everything happening tomorrow. So, and then Sunday's gonna be a big day because I'm probably gonna stream most of it after my son goes home to his mother, anyways, to his mother's house. I
Yeah.
shouldn't say home because, yeah, well, whatever, doesn't matter. Anywho, yeah. Take it easy, Vaughn.
You too.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Till next time, have a good night. Bye.